Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to get started, inshallah. Okay, I'm going to get started, inshallah. Okay. Okay. In alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. This is our class from the book entitled Sacred Bonds. This is a class wherein we discuss the principles of marriage in Islam. And tonight we're going to be speaking about, oh, excuse me. Tonight we're going to speak about one of the side effects of the gender wars that has taken off here, well, really around the world. Because like I told you guys, you have Muslims who have also joined the gender wars too. The lines have become blurred. So today we're going to speak about one of the great effects of this gender war thing, whereas Muslims have deviated away from the roles that Allah has defined for us as husbands, as wives, as fathers, as mothers. And that side effect that we're going to discuss tonight is the side effect of rebellious children. We have a serious problem with rebellious children. And so let me do this. Put my PowerPoint up on the screen. And this is chapter 8 of the book that we will be discussing tonight. Okay. And let's put it on the screen. Okay, inshallah, everyone should be able to see this on the screen. We're going to review one of the effects that has happened as a result of the gender wars between women and men. And like I said, a lot of Muslims have taken part in this gender war thing too. And it has resulted in us having rebellious children. And what Brother Abdullah Kirk speaks about here, he starts the discussion off by reiterating that if we analyze the modern impact, the impact of modern ideologies on gender roles, we can see that our families are disintegrating. By men and women shifting their dynamics, we have basically unstabled the family foundation. Remember, Allah is the creator. Allah knows his creation better than we know ourselves. And he tells us whenever we deviate away from his rules, it's going to always be chaos. And that's what's happened today. Women and men have adopted their own gender roles. And as a result, the family unit is disintegrating. Okay? Our children, as we, as women and men, husbands and wives, mothers and fathers, come engaged in this battle of gender roles, our children pay the price because our children are left neglected. We're so busy focusing on our roles and our aspirations that we neglect our children, and our children end up taking on harmful behaviors that they find from television and things like that. So whenever we shift away from the balance of rules that Allah puts in place for us, it always results in chaos. You look at the average home and you find that children openly defy their parents. The children yell at you, they curse at you, and they can even disown you. You can't even discipline or admonish your child nowadays. They'll get on the phone and report you. You'll end up arrested, demeaned. And again, the children adopt these behaviors and ideologies from off of social media, from off of social entertainment, because while we're so busy fighting to change the roles that Allah has set place for us, you know, we've abandoned our kids and left them to themselves. So this is a big, big consequence. And I want you guys to ponder this reality. Allah says in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, your Lord has decreed that you worship no one but him, and that you be respectable and dutiful to your parents. If one of them reach old age, do not say a word of disrespect, nor shout at them, but address them in terms of honor. But we don't see this happening, even in our community. You go to the mosque, you will hear children yelling at their parents, telling them no. Some children will even hit their parents. Some children will curse their parents. You know, all of this because, again, as Allah says, whatever evil befalls us, it befalls us because we brought it on ourselves. And how did we bring this on ourselves? By abandoning the rules and guidelines that Allah set in place for us. And also our Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, said, Islam is a way of life based on being merciful to others. A person who is not merciful to the children, a person who is not respectable to the elderlies, this is a person who is not one of us. Islam is a check and balance. Just like I have to be merciful in my dealing with children, they're supposed to be respectable in their dealings with me. And it's very important for us as Muslims to get today in 2024, we need to sit down with our Muslim educators and together work something out, whereas we can bring back the values of respect and obedience in our children. We have to counteract the negative influence that comes from social media by actively teaching our children the importance of honoring their parents, honoring their elders. And this is through one-on-one training with your children. Without that, we'll continue to have the chaos that we have. And also, we parents need to take a good hard look at ourselves too. We have to stop trying to change what Allah has perfected. Allah tells us in the Quran, on this day have I perfected your religion for you. Allah didn't make no mistakes. He didn't forget anything. I don't care if it's the 6th century or the 80th century. Allah has already told us how to behave. That though his advice never gets old. So as Muslims, we have to lead by our example as parents, show our children through our actions the importance of honor and respect. You want to create an environment in your home that's filled with love, communication, respect, and trust. So again, our priorities have become twisted in 2024. We're so busy trying to keep up with the Kardashians. We need to get back to the Abdullahs. We have to monitor social media, not sit there letting our children spend so much time on it. Okay? We have to be careful that our children is not exposed to certain things in the media. And only if we do these things can we address the problem that we are faced with today as a nation, which is a rebellious children. So now I'm going to give you a quiz. Just a couple of questions. Let's see. Let's take a look at the first question here. Remember the last time we met, we talked about the men's right movement, men's rights movement. This is a movement here that many men are a part of. What is it that drove the men to feel the need to have to create a movement for themselves? Who can remember what happened to cause this to appear? This men's movement. Anyone?
I don't remember what happened, but I'm just going to just answer the question. So what happened, I don't remember in the book, but what happened is the value of Allah's laws and rules and how the men is actually picking, how they pick the women.
Well, what happened was it was the women's movement, feminism. Men's rights movement came up as a result of the feminism movement. When the Muslim women and joined in with the Kafir women and decided to create a women's feminism movement, to bring feminism and equality towards women. First of all, Allah already gave us that, but these are uneducated women. And all these rights that the woman wants to demand, it pushed the men into a back and made them say, well, we need to formulate a movement of our own. Since y'all want to cater to the women and their concerns, we need a movement addressing our concerns too. So what drove the men to create this movement was the women with their feminism. We sit around complaining, cause and effect. Now the women are complaining because their husbands want them to work too. You asked for it. That's what the women's feminism want. They want to be recognized as being equal to a man in all aspects. So since you want to be equal to a man, you work and you provide too. I'm going to make you pay half the rent too. The men's rights movement appeared as a result of the feminism movement. Okay, what about this question? We talked about the red pill philosophy. Can anybody remember what the red pill philosophy is? And what is it based on? What is the red pill philosophy based on?
The Matrix movie.
Yeah, what about it?
With I just remember the role of the dislike. I'm gonna let somebody else answer.
What was the purpose of the red pill, guys? What does the red pill mean? If you take the red pill, what does it do? Okay, the red pill philosophy is based on reality. You take the red pill, you're stuck in that reality of how things are. The blue pill, you can make your own reality and change it. So that was where this cramp came up from. The matrix. Do you want to stay in living in the red pill? You're in an illusion. You're deluded into believing that things are one way when they're not. But the blue pill wakes you up out of that reality. So that's what it was based on. And again, you know, we Muslims have no need for a red or blue pill because Allah already told us what our roles are. What about this one? Last question. A platform for men to discuss their struggles and concerns is manosphere, or is it the blue pill? Which one of them is a platform that men use to complain about their problems and their struggles, their concerns?
Manosphere.
Exactly. It's the manosphere. That's a forum. It's an open forum where men go, and believe it or not, there's Muslim men in there too, complaining. Men go and complain about their struggles in life, their problems in life, and then they try to offer solutions to one another. You know, so again, this is what the Kafirs have come up with. This is the way non-believing men address their problems. But there's no need for us as Muslims to fall to this, just like there's no need for us Muslims to fall to feminism, because Allah elevated us and Allah raised us and told us that we complement each other. He defined what the roles of the woman are, what the roles and obligations of the man are, and we complement. But unfortunately, Muslims are not aware of their religion. So we got a lot of Muslims who have adopted this red pill philosophy and way of life and stuff as well. All right, I'm going to stop right here. I want everybody to remember tomorrow's Monday. We have our 6 o'clock class and we have our 9:30 p.m. class. I'm going to log out for tonight. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka